Yeah, on the occasion of the 17th Kargil Vijay Diwas, we're all gathered here to pay homage to our martyrs and all other soldiers and men, officers of the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force, who participated in the operation. One of the most difficult operations in the history of conflict, and the manner in which our soldiers played their part is truly outstanding and a great source of inspiration to us. We're also grateful today that we have amongst us families of the martyrs of Army and the Air Force. We have people who participated in the operation. We have a wide variety of people from civil background, people who motorcycled here to be a part of this occasion. We have children from schools. Salman school in Delhi is here. So we are grateful to all of them and also to the members of the media who helped make this occasion so much of a success. So our grateful thanks to all of you. And I'll now take any questions if there are.
No questions? Okay,
आज विजय दिवस के मौके पर देश और दुनिया को आप क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे? मेरा सवाल खासतौर से कश्मीर को लेकर है, कश्मीरियों को लेकर उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार है और पार्लियामेंट में कई बार
As far as restraint is concerned, let me tell you, the army is actually not on the forefront of this, tackling this civil disturbance. It's more the police and the CRPF which is doing. And let me tell you, they're doing it with utmost restraint. We are there on ground, we are seeing it happening. The civil police has been dealing with this situation for the last 20-25 years, and they know exactly what is to be done. They know that restraint is to be exercised, and that is exactly what they're doing. So let me assure everyone, unfortunately, you get into some situations where you are forced to adopt other measures. When police stations are being looted, there is a murderous mob sort of attacking you. Weapons are being looted. Your own lives are at danger. It's only in those situations that people are forced to take some more strict measures. Otherwise, absolute and utmost restraint is the first thing that we tell. And you have outstanding police officers who've been dealing with the situation for such a long time. So to assume that they don't exercise restraint or they follow some other SOPs, I think that's not good.
Thank you, sir. Priya, Kargil from me.
Our only message to the youth, and we've been saying this all along, is I know there is anger, I know there is angst among the population, but is there some other way of dealing with this? Can we do this in a manner in which people don't get hurt? Can we do it in a manner in which life doesn't get disrupted? So our appeal only to the youth is that there is a time we can sit and talk about it. For those who are trying to pick up the gun or have picked up the gun, we've said this before, that please come back into the mainstream, and we assure you 100% that we are there to make sure proper rehabilitation is carried out, integration into society is carried out. So that's my message to the youth, that there are ways other than what we are doing today.
Thank you, sir. Aditya Raj from Science Company. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And then we have been private hotels, these are rituals. In the recent past, the indoctrination, the radicalization has increased to another level, and we perhaps, as a government of our society, needs to be much more proactive.
See, there is no doubt in our mind that Pakistan has been sort of interfering in Kashmir and has a direct role in what we are calling the proxy war in Kashmir. So there is absolutely no doubt in our mind. We are seeing it every day along the borders. We are seeing it from the manner in which support is being given to infiltrating groups. We are seeing how sometimes ceasefire violations along the line of control are actually in support of people who are infiltrating inside. And surely, if there is an internal disturbance, they will directly take advantage of it. And you've heard statements by Hizbul Mujahideen and by the Lashkar-e-Taiba trying to say that they are supporting whatever is happening in Kashmir. And the support is not only sort of moral; it's absolute physical support, and there is no doubt on that in our mind. On the issue of radicalization, yes, we are seeing that there is an increase in radicalization, mostly driven by social media, and people are quite active on it. Do we need to do something about it? I think absolutely yes, we do. And I think everyone at all levels have to put their heads together and see how we can reduce this.
Thank you, sir. Great on the video.
बस दो क्वेश्चन है शरीर के आवाम और शरीर के संगठन के डिसीजन हुआ है कि आर्मी को काम करेगी और दूसरा ये कि शहरी सेक्टर बहुत नहीं
आपका पहला सवाल नहीं
ये संगठन में आर्मी को संगठन बैठक में आर्मी शामिल करने की सोच रही है डिसीजन हुआ है तो इसका क्या होगा?
कारगिल में एक बोलते हैं लोअर प्लेटो अपर प्लेटो है. लोअर प्लेटो में आर्मी की यूनिट्स हैं और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने रिक्वेस्ट किया था आर्मी को दैट इफ अगर आप लोअर प्लेटो विकेट कर दें फॉर देयर ओन डेवलपमेंट एंड फॉर सम दिस थिंग एंड दैट दे विल गिव अस सम लैंड इन द अपर प्लेटो. दैट इन प्रिंसिपल हैज बीन अग्रीड टू. Only some final modalities have to be worked out. Otherwise, in principle, it is 100% agreed. The army has agreed that we will vacate the lower plateau. Yes. Sainik Welfare Board यहाँ पर नहीं है. We have taken up this case with the state government कि यहाँ पर होना चाहिए. But let me also tell you that जो एक्स सर्विसमैन की समस्याएं हैं दैट इज़ आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू सॉर्ट आउट एंड द लोकल यूनिट्स जो यहाँ पर हैं वो बहुत काम कर रहे हैं टू ट्राई एंड हेल्प आउट द एक्स सर्विसमैन एंड मेक श्योर ऑल देयर प्रॉब्लम्स आर लुक्ड आफ्टर. बट यस, इफ देयर वाज अ वेलफेयर बोर्ड इट वुड हैव हेल्प्ड एंड दैट केस वी हैव टेकन.
Thank you, sir. Gaurav Kamath, headlines, please.
My question is sir, Eric Guns are used for that what do you effectively
See, there is a requirement of non-lethal weaponry, and pellet guns are classified as part of the non-lethal weaponry. Unfortunately, they have caused some casualties. But if you ask me, it's still a better form than using firearms or using weapons. Is there something better available around the world? There is much better non-lethal weaponry which is available around the world, and the Honorable Home Minister has said that they're going to explore whether we can get some better non-lethal and some more modern non-lethal weaponry. Unfortunately, as on date, there are not too many options, but surely I think soon we will find better means to deal with crowds.
Thank you, sir. Ghulam Ali here, TV.
thank you, sir. Yeah, I think you are very actually that's only the how we are sir, after we say after 1990 was issue of the army and officer, they
official implementation are the war effective idea. But it has been there, it has been observed in Ladakh because in last 1 year about 67 improvements have been made in Ladakh. But only 4 candidates have been selected from Kargil. Can you give analytical validation for the use of Kargil?
No, it is our, let me tell you, it is our desire that all districts, all people are represented in our recruitment process. But there are some basic benchmarks which have to be met, and it was in that. I know the case that you are referring to. My request also is, let's not take one case, a one-off case, and see and think that it is applied across the board. Our attempt is to recruit from every region, and we will make more efforts to. We are training people from young boys from Kargil. We are giving them pre-recruitment training so that they reach the basic standards and pass. But it is our desire, and I think this one case where very few boys were taken from Kargil was more an aberration rather than a routine sort of issue.
Thank you, sir. To move from India.
See, this year there has been there have been more infiltration attempts as compared to last year. A little more took place during the winter months, when the fence was down. We are seeing regular attempts that are happening to try and infiltrate groups. In fact, one group which has possibly infiltrated 3-4 days back is four terrorists have been neutralized today, a little inside in the hinterland. So, and we are seeing repeated attempts. We've lost 2 soldiers in infiltration attempts in trying to counter it. I don't see any letdown in this. I think definitely, as there is a little internal disturbance, there will be attempts which are going to be made to push in more and more infiltration, and we are quite well prepared to deal with it. But yes, we will see, and that's my estimate, that we will see more infiltration attempts in the coming few weeks.
Thank you, sir.
My question is on the current trend of the army looking after that in China. We have seen last year there were so many interventions by the PLA in the Ladakh region, so there was a case of intervention this year that is going to RBG, and also we have now put the tax on the fact. What is that development, and how more you are going to enhance that development on that, on LAC?
Let me give you an overall sense. In an overall sense, the border, the LAC with China is peaceful. There is peace and calm. As far as transgressions are concerned, they do take place, but they take place only in areas where there is a differing perception of the LAC. So there are 5 or 6 pockets where, over that 800 kilometers where actually these transgressions are taking place. In terms of numbers, they are on the decline. 2015 was less than 2014. 2016, the trends as we are seeing now is lesser than 2015. We've not had a major incident since almost 2 years. The last major incident was tumor in September 2014. So in an overall sense, things are peaceful on the border. There is a very strong mechanism of engagement among the border troops. So we have border personnel meeting. We've opened up one more area where people can meet. Hotlines are going to be established. There are well-established principles as far as. So I'm saying in an overall sense, on the border things are peaceful. As far as tanks is concerned, the army has a responsibility to secure, its borders. And that's exactly what we're doing. And what we need to secure those borders is an assessment that is made by us. And based on that, force levels are decided. So frankly, it's not a direct threat to anybody. It's something that we need. It's something that we need to secure our borders. And that is exactly what we're doing.
One more thing I would like to know, have you arrested any Pakistani infiltrators or terrorists on the allocation operation which is going on?
I can't really answer that right now. I'm also trying to get some information on that. There is some talk that one Pakistani terrorist has been arrested.
Thank you, sir.
See, Kargil happened, and it's a fact that we were surprised because force levels यहाँ पर बहुत कम थे. उस टाइम सिर्फ एक ब्रिगेड थी इधर. Today जिस तरह की preparation है borders, and they know exactly what is to be done. They know that restraint is to be exercised, and that is exactly what they are doing. So let me assure everyone. Unfortunately, you get into some situations where you are forced to adopt other measures. So to assume that they don't exercise restraint or they follow some other SOPs, I think that's not correct.
Well, in fact, Ashish Singh, our assistant editor of defense, is also joining us on the phone. Well, Ashish, there's a massive row. Now, this soundbite comes in amidst a massive row when we had the CRPF chief come out and apologize almost for having used pellet guns. Many are saying that there is no such apology, no such clarification which is even required from the security personnel, considering they themselves are under attack by as many as 2,000 rioters at a time.
That's correct, Meghna. In fact, the CRPF DG, the army in command, and all the forces which have been involved in handling the situation in Srinagar for the last 3 weeks, they have apologized for the loss of life, and in fact, it's less of apology and more of regret, which have been expressed by all the forces, be it the paramilitary, the military, and the Jammu Kashmir State Police, for the loss of life and the injury caused. Because at the end of the day, yes, even protesters are citizens, Indian citizens. Now, coming back to the pellet gun issue, yes,
right.
There have been a lot of controversy whether this is a lethal weapon or a non-lethal one. Now, since I was there in Srinagar and personally witnessed this entire series of actions for at least 8 days, the lethal, the pellet guns were the last options that were being used by the paramilitary and army only at the time when stone pelters and the protesters actually tried to storm into the CRPF